Hello and welcome to Cartoonist University. My name is Jeff Hassing and I'll be your instructor. This is lesson 1 on pencils and erasers. Most basic tools of the cartoonist. And today we're going to talk about what kinds of pencils there are, why you would choose certain pencils, the pros and cons of different kinds of pencils, and examples of how to use them, and how different pencils work for different kinds of cartooning techniques. We're going to start out here with a good old basic number 2 yellow pencil. The advantages to this kind of pencil is they're a great all-around drawing pencil. You can draw lightly with them, as in, nice light foundation lines, and you get those by just not pressing very hard on your hand and your pencil. You don't want to bear down, you just want to pretty much hold your pencil so it just glides across the surface of your paper. Okay. Anyhow, back to the number 2s here. They're a nice all-around general use pencil for just about any kind of cartooning. You can find them just about anywhere, and they really give your pencil work a nice look, and they're pretty easy to erase, and yeah, I really like them. The downside to number 2 type pencils and any kind of wood case pencil in general is that you always need to sharpen them, and you don't really get a consistent feel for them, because the more you sharpen them, the smaller they get, and so they start to feel different in your hand, and sometimes that can alter, I guess, the way you draw, which I suppose for some people, if you're looking for a change, that's probably not a bad thing. But if you want consistency and a tool that feels the same in your hand every time you pick it up, then you might want to consider our next tool, which is a mechanical pencil. Okay, this one here is a Bic. They're cheap, they're inexpensive. This is what I usually use most of the time, and I like them because you don't have to worry about sharpening them, which is good. And if you draw on the go a lot, and you don't want to lug around a pencil sharpener or worry about pencil shavings and stuff like that, the mechanical pencils are a good way to go. The same with like the number 2 pencils. These have a nice soft lead, which you can either draw nice and light, or you can bear down and have a nice dark line. It just all depends on what you're doing. The downside to mechanical pencils is the fact that you don't get a lot of line variation like you can with your number 2 pencils, your wood case pencils, because it's got a very thin lead, so it doesn't give you as much flexibility as you have with the number 2 pencils. And something I forgot to mention, that's a good thing about the number 2 pencils and the wood case pencils like this, is that you can use them on their sides to kind of shade in larger areas. And that's one thing you can't do with the mechanical pencils. Anyhow, I've used the mechanical pencils here about the last, I'd say 5 years or so. And they seem to work pretty well. But the biggest thing with any tool, whether that's a pencil, pen, brush, is finding the tools that you're most comfortable with. Because when it comes to cartooning, there is no magical tool, magical pen, magical brush, or anything else that's going to make you a better cartoonist. The only thing that's going to make you a better cartoonist is by practicing a lot and drawing and drawing and drawing. I've been cartooning now and drawing for about 35 years. I've been working professionally for about the last 20, doing anything from superhero comic book stuff to humorous cartooning and graphics and everything in between. But cartooning is my love, my passion, and I guess if you're really going to become good at anything, that's one of the keys is to pursue your passion, whatever that may be. And if it's cartooning, the key then to becoming good at cartooning is to draw and keep drawing and don't stop drawing.